햇살이 너무 좋았어.
Hello my friends, how are you? I hope you're well. I am well. I'm cleaning. I've actually cleaned the whole house. Today I'm not putting you to work, but I was trying out this window cleaner, just glass cleaner, yeah? And I cleaned my bathroom mirror and it worked so well. So I want to try it on my French doors. They have a lot of finger marks, and when I try to clean them, especially with wipes, they don't work well. They leave streaks. The mirrors too, yeah? So I want to do that. I will do two things with you, maybe three. I'll clean the windows and then organize the laundry. I got a little shelf for it. I needed a shelf there where I can put my tiny ironing board. We don't iron much. And then I want to organize the cleaning supplies there. And then later I'll cook, perhaps with you. I want to make a special dinner. It's Friday. I am home. I like doing such things when I am home. I have a few hours to study. I need to do some study, and then in the evening we'll cook together. My name is Onyeha Jindus, if we haven't met. I also have another channel called The Making of a Chef, but the name Onyeha Jindus, you'll find it on this book. Let me show you. And then we did one book signing in Massachusetts. If you can get to Amazon, get to it, get and buy it. I have left a link somewhere. Maybe I'll leave under this video. And you know why? Because this book is very special. I'll tell you guys. But also, I have been trying to send it to Kenya, and I have seen Shege. Like, it should be so simple, but it's not. I'll explain one of these days, yeah? But that's me, Onyeha Jindus, and today we are cleaning, okay? Yeah. By the way, this is what I'm using to wipe. You don't necessarily, a fiber cloth is better. This is nice but very thick, good for surfaces. So I've wiped, but it's still streaky because the thing got wet. So I'm going to go in with another. If it doesn't work, Although it has worked on the mirror, I'll use a paper towel. That is so nice. So it looks really good. I've returned the whatever curtains, even though it brings this like our only source of light. So guys, this is the shelf I got. I got it at a thrift store. It's very flimsy. Actually, when I touched it at the store, it seemed a bit firm, but after carrying it, the back came off. It's those simple Walmart shelves. I thought it would really suit here, so I can have storage for my laundry supplies and space for this. We don't iron much, but whenever we do, I like to have a place. At least this one fits perfectly. Jars from at home, they are very nice. They are a good size at $9.99, $10 basically. They are good for storage of pods and softeners, you know. So I got 3 of these. You can get bigger or smaller. They have various sizes. So I want to add my soaps here. These are really good even for the kitchen because you can see the rubber over here. So it closes really nicely and firm. And you want that whenever you're using pods because they can stick to each other if exposed to... So, because they can stick to each other when exposed to moisture. I'm hoping this will be... We transferred some of the other green soap to this side. What had we gotten? Was it Gain? I think we had gotten Gain the first time, and we still have it, but we added Tide. So I'll just mix both. Don't know if you can see. And I can try to mimina. This just helps for uniformity, you know. So I got 3 of these jars just in case it's not enough, and then I'll get some jars for my bleach. We don't use a lot of variety, but I want to be adding OxyClean into my washing, especially because sometimes you find dullness in colored clothes, and also when you want your whites brighter. These just are a really good size. The Tide ones are blue. They look like this. They're really good. 4-in-1 with Downy April freshener. So they contain a softener, And for now, I have one extra for my softening pods. Not pods, the beads. So we still have a little of the gain we got. Maybe I should start with the downy. Downy is also good, especially when combined with gain as a soap. And then this as the beads, they're really nice. See, it will take several bottles to fill that. I'm glad this is purple, so they don't look too mismatched. Yeah. And that tells you how much you need to fill it. Maybe 2 more, you know. So these are good for aesthetics. It's total consumerism, but it makes you feel good when your things are, you know, matched and nice. Yeah. So maybe I should do, I have laundry here, but not much. But I also use these fresheners sometimes when I feel like the beads are not doing the most, or when clothes are just smelly. I'll just throw in some of this when I'm rinsing. No, when I'm drying. It's also good to have like a tiny garbage disposal in the laundry room. I need to get one because you collect a lot of lint and you don't want to carry it around the house because it just drops everywhere. Yeah, so let me show you the outcome. Maybe you'll get a picture. So I have some laundry to do, but since it's Friday, I want us to collect all the week clothes and just wash. Then this I will soak overnight in bleach so that when I wash it tomorrow, it will be just amazing. I'll have done all my laundry. This is also my storage room. You see, I have a lot of cake stuff that I brought. I don't know why, but it's all here. So this really helps. This room really helps, and I like to have it more organized so that I feel good about my life. Okay, let's go. We have done 2 things. We have cleaned the French doors, we have organized the laundry, and we'll cook later. So guys, I want to eat what was breakfast, and there comes a time when you don't feel hungry on keto diet. But Habi made that breakfast, and I was supposed to eat. I usually just do, and I like eating earlier in the day, not early in the morning, but earlier in the day. We've actually tried so much to be eating in the morning, but today was a no-no, and I was just lucky to be craving something. Not craving, I just wanted something crunchy and cold and refreshing, so that's why I went for the yogurt and granola. The problem is that with breakfast, you really can't keep it for the next day or something like that. So, stuff. Hey guys, let's cook. It's not even early, it's almost 5. I like cooking early. I should have started earlier, especially because I'll have to finish this meal in the oven, but I realized I don't have broth. So I asked hubby to bring broth on his way home. So I'm starting. So by the time he comes, he'll, I'll have the broth, or I'll have started. So I'm starting so that by the time he comes, at least I'll be at the point where I add broth. So I'm going to mise en place with you. I had washed my egg thingy today. Gas at my table. Gas at my table. So even though, so I'm going to use certain techniques in this beef as if I'm making beef bouillon, but I'm using steak. I'm using a chunk. I'm using a chuck roast. This is it. But I'm going to finish it as if it's a beef stew. So I'll be starting this, and then I'll chop my vegetables, and then in the end I'll add some vegetables because this is home cooking really, yeah. So I'll add the necessary vegetables just to have it nice and chunky. So I'll do my peeling and stuff, and then we'll start. By the way, when prepping this meal, you can do it in stages. Like the first stage, we just need carrots and celery. And the second stage, we will need mushrooms. No, not just carrots and celery. Onions, carrots, and celery. Then the second stage, I will need bella mushrooms and these onions. These are pearl onions, usually used in beef bouillon. I'm actually not sure how that name is said. Beef bouillon. Joy. But I was just thinking in terms of stories. I love when I can ask husband to pass by the supermarket and get me something, because I know he won't bring just one thing. Anything he remembers that's not in the house, he will buy. Do you find that with your husbands or your dads? I find that it's very unique to guys. Even my son, Michael, he does that. Actually, all of them will do that, yeah? So I find it very interesting and very nice. It's very nice of men to do that because they always bring extra. So let me wash this and then we'll cut. Let me move this first out of the way so that we can... I'm not cutting in any special manner, especially for the carrots, because I want them to be a bit chunky, because they'll be cooking in the stew the whole time. But for the celery and the onions, I'll cut smaller bits, just so that you don't want to chew into a big soggy celery, right? But these ones, they'll cook for long. And then so while I'm cooking, I do a million things. I kind of feel like that's why I don't do very good cooking videos. I would want to, but since we are just friends here, let's do some stuff while I cook. But I will explain to you So there's a method to this madness, and it is that I want to sear my meat. I want to sear just like the recipe you saw last Saturday. I seared some short ribs. I want to do the same with this meat, and then I will cook it in wine and broth, stock or broth, yeah. Whatever hubby brings. So searing to get that color and that crispiness, and then I'll cook it until it almost falls apart. And I'm telling you, that beef is addictive because it's very flavorful. It's called braised beef. The meal itself goes very well with mashed potatoes. I usually serve mine with like mashed cauliflower, mashed or riced cauliflower. Today I just want to serve it chunky like that, and perhaps with toast or some grilled vegetables. It doesn't really go well. It wants something, it needs something plain like mashed, you know, mashed cauliflower. Yeah, but we like eating toast sometimes. It's actually our go-to. So our pan now is hot. I want you to see what I'm doing. This meat has been thawing. Oh, I wash my hands a million times. So I'll season the side that's on top. As I turn it, I'll just add seasoning. And all you want is a deep sear until it turns brown. It also will become loose. Right now it's stuck on the pan because it's not hot enough. So I'll just switch on the vent because of that smoke, and then we'll talk. So the searing is done. You can see it doesn't even look as cute as it does on the eye. Anyway, that's okay. So I'm going to throw in all of these vegetables, and as we do that, the fond will lift. The fond is that protein matter. So we are about to add our liquids. Hopefully hubby gets here fast in the next 10 minutes. But I wanted to show you something. Today I found a cheesecloth remainder. I'll just reduce it a little. And this is what I'm going to wrap my bouquet garni in. And you know what? You don't even have to use cheesecloth. You can use kitchen twine to just wrap your aromatics together. So I'm going to add my thyme and bay leaf and also rosemary. I think I have some. Put it across. You want to use something that's either porous or so that when you're removing it, you can remove it together. Sometimes when you cook them freely, you'll find them in your stew way after you've served the people. You don't want that, because that can even choke someone. A bit of rosemary. You don't want it to be too overpowering, so I'll just add the smallest sprig. Sometimes when I cook this, I forget the garlic. So I'm going to use my most potent garlic, which is garlic and coriander. Not good. You can't just use it in this meal, but since home cooks get away with a lot, that would introduce a different flavor altogether. So I'll just let that garlic cube just melt in the heat. And you want maybe, yeah. But they, I'll just put 2 because they're tiny. But you don't have to use a lot of bay leaf. It's potent enough. So I'll just wrap this together, and maybe I'll use a twine. Yeah, so just like that for the bouquet. So the wine I use is usually a dry wine, and this is good for like low carbers because it doesn't contain a lot of sugar. It's just fermented. So this is a good one from my research. And we don't drink wine. I should have measured since I'm showing. We don't drink wine ourselves, but cooking with wine, cooking beef and chicken with wine is one of the best flavors you'll ever experience. So I like to have opened my mind enough to learn that. It just gives you a different flavor profile than what you're used to. I like how the tomato paste thickens well enough, so we won't have to worry about a thick stew. It helps with that, but also the cooking, yeah? So I'm assuming I've put like 2 cups. Yeah, 2 cups is good, and 2 cups of broth. The only problem when cooking with red wine is that you're not supposed to chill red wine as such. So I only chill it for the next time, so it forces me to cook using it faster. Thankfully, I buy cheap wine just because of that, yeah, because I'm not a drinker. We don't drink wine. The days I used to drink it even used to give me so much heartburn. So it's not just that because I'm a Christian, but in food I love it, especially once it's nicely evaporated, so you can just taste the notes, yeah. It's amazing. So yeah, I'm waiting for that broth. So I'll cover this under the lowest heat so that the wine continues to cook. Actually, that will make our foundation very rich, and then we'll add the meat once hubby gets here. I don't want to add this yet until I've added the broth. So for now, I'll just be prepping the other vegetables. So like I said, I'll be using these bella mushrooms, and the full name is portabella, but these are like hubby's here, thank God. Yeah, and the onions. So those ones we'll add way after the meal is done. Let me open the door. Husband. Drippy. Did you listen about your bro? I'm joking about that.
Sicha kwa Luya na Mugari.
Mugari.
Na Mugari. Sasa.
Okay, so broth. Kupitia wapi?
Kupitia like car parks or something like that ndio get nini. Ni get hiyo kitu. How on my way. But yes, ningeona ni msho ningekumbuka, si ndio?
Ki broth in a deadly.
Kuna ile kwa chupa ya glasi iko inasema bone broth. Hiyo ni ile unabayo unakunywa.
Acha tuone mali inafika nione how much I'll put.
Hii ni nyama.
Ile chak tulinunua.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this would be terrible to taste kwa sababu until now sikukumbuka chumvi.
Alafu nimegetiza strawberries, alafu sele niyeka na chini. Ni sawa, nimegetia kidogo. Zote ziko zimeiva, nikatafuta mmoja imeiva, alafu nikatafuta zingine.
Umeleta. Last time nilipitia wako. Last time nilipitia wako na.
Nilikuwa tu mimi.
Yeah, trust me, si wewe niko kiekea. Nilisema kukiacha kunyesha algo. Nyumba ilikuwa safi, sikuwa mchakanyagana nini? Nyetuza nje.
I agree, by the way. Kuna tumchanga mko na kanyago na feel like nini?
Ndio majua.
Tena tupekie hizi. Nini hizo? Uli put vitu kwa container za kwako. Sinipo safi lakini.
Asante. Nashindwa ni nini na miss kwa hiyo food.
Kwa hiyo stew.
Ningetaka ka flavor kaskari.
Umetumia kwa fobe.
Itakuwa basi. Na inasikika tu, but you know. So now we put back our meat.
Yeah, nini uleta utamu? Anyway.
Ni wine. Yeah, so our meat is back, and with it, I'll add the bouquet garni, just sink it in there. And me myself, I don't always rank wrapping it in a cheesecloth, but I always feel like somebody would get interested and just want to see, do these things really happen? Because like when I was learning in recipes, I would be like, hey, what is a cheesecloth? How do you wrap it in a cheesecloth and add into stew? Yeah, it takes some mental change, yeah, or just to see it, to know. But usually if you put those herbs together and just wrap with this, it's good enough, eh? And it's also food safe, both of those things. So I'll start my oven. It's gonna be at 400 degrees for about an hour, and it needs to preheat for like 5 minutes. So I'll prepare the other vegetables and then we'll see. So our oven is on. I just want to transfer the meal to the oven. For an hour. So now we're going to cook our pearl onions and mushrooms in this pan. I don't know why good silver pans get this kind of buildup when washed. Starting with oil, and I'll add the pearl onions first and then the mushrooms. Once these have begun to caramelize, then we'll add some salt and pepper.
Lord bless you and keep you, make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Lord turn his face towards you